Hey guys, I'm Tiffany and we're going to do Free Tarot Friday with Wise Skies. So if you are new to the channel, how we do it is we start in Aries and we go all the way through Pisces. So that means everybody gets a reading. It won't resonate with 100% of the people, right? So if you're watching, watch for your sun sign, watch for your moon sign, watch for your rising sign. Some readers will even say watch for your Venus sign. That kind of gets a little out of control and then you're watching for all the signs. But basically, we just kind of start with an open mind and set aside what we think we know so that we can get some practical advice heading into the weekend for every sign in the zodiac. Today is a new moon in Gemini. So first of all, happy birthday, Geminis. If you're looking to get your Gemini a special gift, I would love to do a reading for them, a birthday reading. So you can certainly schedule that with me. And the new moon today, Gemini is often referred to as the third chakra. It rules the third house. It rules communications, siblings. Gemini is great at multitasking. Gemini is great at being the social butterfly and understanding multiple perspectives. So there's a lot of gifts of Gemini that you could tap into for this new moon energy today. So hi Colin, thank you. And you just make your wishes at the time it's exact. If you are an astrology geek like me, then it's falling in the second degree, I believe, of Gemini. So you could also look at any planets that you have in the number 2. Okay, so we're kind of closing up May, and May has been a 9-month in astrology, and as we look, in numerology, and as we look forward into June, we're going to face a 1 month. So we're kind of ending a cycle in May in some ways, and we're starting something fresh. So a lot of us are having a change of perspective. This Venus retrograde in Gemini, all right, where the new moon is today, is it's not super light. Gemini is a lighter sign. It's an air sign too. But this is something where we're reassessing, we're going back over, we're redoing our love life, our relationships, our finances. Some people are refinancing. Some people are, being more willing to put down the things that aren't working so that they can start doing, something new that they do love. You don't have to be scared of Venus retrograde. I have some friends that got married during Venus retrograde, and it was both of their second marriages. So it's like it doesn't have to be like, oh, don't do anything. Just consider it wisely. Consider that there might be some good sales going on. It might be a good time to find like a deal in the vintage stuff, right? Like there's lots of ways that you could use this to your advantage, and all of the forecasts are on wiseskiesadvice.com. So if you're looking for the printed forecast or even the podcast, you can find all of that there. So let's get started with Aries. Hi Tina, I'm also a Scorpio, and Molly says it's easy for her because everything's in Gemini. That's nuts. Your sun, moon, and rising are in Gemini. You're gonna have an interesting summer. Like, I would love some feedback if you want to make some comments. Like, this is kind of a reboot for your whole system. If you got it rising, I would assume that they're either in your first or maybe your 12th house, because Venus and the sun are there right now. And hi Meredith, I see you too. Okay, starting with Aries, clearing the deck for Aries. What do our Aries friends need to hear? Some practical advice for the weekend. Okay. So stop is the advice for Aries. Just stop. Whatever you're doing, you're overthinking it. You've said it too much. You've thought about it. You just need to put that thought down. Quit. Done. Be done with it. Okay, that's pretty clear and simple advice for our Aries. And then what kind of ascended master could they be working with this weekend? Crystals, Epona, if you want to look that one up, Aries. So maybe you're setting your crystals out under the new moon. Maybe you're getting the good air vibes of Gemini, or igniting something in your fire sign, Aries. But it's time to stop something. And you know it, and you're great at that. You're equally good at stopping something as you are finishing something. Starting and stopping. You know what I mean. Aries is more of a starter and less of a finisher, but you are very capable of just being done with something. And I think you'll know what that means for you. All right, let's clear for Taurus. What do our Taurus friends need to hear this weekend? Clearing for Taurus. Okay. Knight of Wands, we've got a Hermit and a Devil, and an Ace of Cups. So Taurus, I just think like if you're having some, it's almost like you're stuck in your own thoughts, and it's almost like you're torturing yourself because you have too much alone time. So I would say getting out of your box in a way, if you're feeling held hostage, if you're not taking care of your mind, right? Like you'll just go nuts. So I think it's time to kind of tend the garden of your mind in a way, what's most loving for you, right? And so how do you take care of the garden of your mind? How do you weed that? Do you do meditation? Do you do yoga? Do you go for walks? Do you drink more water? You get out of unhealthy, toxic situations. So that's another kind of sign of something needs to stop. Like you just kind of been maybe driving yourself crazy and maybe in your own way. And so how can we lighten the load a little bit for you? How can we be fresh? You know, sometimes the Esther Hicks advice is to just go take a nap and just to wake up and start over. All right, let's clear for Gemini. Clearing for Gemini. We're doing the Gemini reading. Okay, yay, Geminis. So I wouldn't say I was concerned, but I was very curious about what we were going to get for you guys. We've got the Seven of Cups, which is a lot of decisions. This is a lot of things up in the air. This is a lot of balls rolling, and you guys are great at that. You're very good at multitasking, managing lots of projects at once. In fact, you thrive there. So while some people might get this card and it's like too many decisions, you get this card and it's like, oh, I know how to play this game. Like, game on. Let's see how we're going to handle this. You know, this is an exciting card for you because here's the Empress too. You're starting it. This is a new time. So the Empress is a card of fertility. It's the card of pregnancy. It's the card of springtime, and it's the card of incubation. So it's like we got a lot of options, and how are we going to cook it? You know, which one do we want to sit in the oven to bake for the summer? You know, what is our end goal here? And there's a lot of ways to get there. You know, I don't want to say like there's a lot of ways to skin the cat, like whatever that awful saying is. But there's a lot of ways to get to your end goal. So being open to it flowing in you know, way that you didn't see coming, looking for a magical third option. We've got the Five of Wands here, which means you might be prone to kind of overthink it and overplan it and overcontrol it. We don't have to do that, Gemini. The Ten of Cups is there. It's like better than you ever imagined. You know, things are really going your way right now, or they can. So just you get out of your way. Go with lots of tabs open and focus on what you are creating over a 9-month period. Okay. Hi, Rissa. The comments are a little delayed. So after Gemini comes Yvette's a Pisces. Thank you for hanging in there till the end. I'm so sorry. Many blessings to you. Here's one for you, Yvette. You get the You Can Do It card with Archangel Michael. Thanks for hanging in there. That's funny, right? Okay. So, Sammy, I would love your feedback on that Gemini reading. And Tanya, hi, Aries. Good to see you in here. After Gemini comes Cancer. So, reading for Cancer, clear for Cancer. See what our Cancer friends need to hear for the weekend, some practical advice that gives them a little bit of freedom, peace of mind. Okay, we've got, look, you guys are ready to move forward. You don't care what it looks like. You're ready to roll the dice, take a leap of faith. We are not standing still anymore. Cancer is ready to rock. There's a victory, and they are done with the stagnation. They're ready to take a chance. And they're ready to own it too. So they don't care, you know, guys, you don't care whether it goes good or bad. You're just ready to unclog the stagnant energy, and you're ready to take full responsibility for it. Like if it all goes bad, you're willing to own up for it. If it all goes good, you don't even care. You're just like, let's do it differently. Let's go forward. We need a win. We need a victory. We are tired of standing still. We're ready to take a chance. Okay. Hi, Bobby. Thanks. All right, after Cancer is Leo. We'll clear for Leo. What do our Leo friends need to hear? Clear for Leo. Whoa, yay, the World card. Leos, you've got a birthday coming up this summer, right? Any Leo birthday plans? Clearing for Leos, some practical fun advice for their weekend. Okay, so it just looks like you're planning. It looks like you're planning the summer. Like it looks like it's going to go really well for you. It looks like you've got some things in store. Maybe the energy has been a little bit reserved for you lately, but you two are also ready to go forward. You're ready to play a little bit. You're ready to tap into some generosity, whether it's you being generous or you're taking, not advantage, but you're receiving some generosity. You know, this is a time to receive and say yes and live it up, you know. There's also a little bit of a commitment here. So you do have some work commitment, it looks like, and balancing this awesome generosity with this work commitment is just your task this weekend. You know, how is it going to shake out? How can you do both? Meredith says, dead on. She's a Cancer. Awesome. Thank you, Meredith. And Sammy has just left the restaurant business for good and is starting a new journey, career-wise. 30 years old, little terrified, and the reading's giving hope for new beginnings. Oh, thank you. And you made my day too. That's awesome. And good luck on your new venture. That is what's exciting, right? That's super exciting. Congratulations. Okay, after Leo, we've got Virgo. So let's see what our Virgos need to hear. Some practical advice just for the weekend, something fun. Set aside what they think they know so they can hear a fun mystical message. Okay, let's see. Virgo. Okay, so good, you get your wish, but first of all, this is a cup. This is the Six of Cups, and it's a card of spending time with childhood friends, people that have a shared history, family, heritage, your family of origin, your people that you grew up with. So, you know, having a connection over the weekend would be really good for you. Whether you FaceTime with a cousin, right? Whatever you do, it's like have that sweet connection of a shared past in a positive way is going to be great for you guys, for you Virgos. It does look like we've got a Five of Swords here. So it does look like you're experiencing something, like you are conflicted about something. And just know that you do get your wish. So keep the vibes positive, stay in the higher frequencies, and it all turns out okay. We've had that message, you know, for Virgo before, and I have seen it play out in some of my Virgos in my life. Hi, Michelle. Glad you're here. Love you. So everybody's like hasn't had their haircut since November, but Michelle is quarantining with her niece who does hair, and she has had the most fabulous hair shots on Instagram. So let's clear for who's after Virgo? Libra. Let's clear for Libra. Clearing for Libra. Libra's been shifting and changing, so let's see what some practical advice is for them. There's been some detachment, right, in the Libra vibe, so let's see what they need to hear. Clearing advice for Libras. Okay. So we've got the Chariot and the Temperance card. So this is a bit of a push-pull, and that's kind of typical of the sign of Libra. So in one area, it's like go forward, forward motion. This can indicate a new car. This can indicate a new boat. It can indicate your physical body, your ability to move forward, a new workout routine. This indicates support and forward motion for Libras. But then over here, this is like the card of second guessing and reeling it in. So this is a polar opposite, which is very common in both Libra and Gemini energy, of indecision, of push-pull, of start-stop. You know, so how can you blend those two and be at peace with it? Like, how can we both go forward in one area and reel it in another area? So the Temperance card I get when people are over drinking, overeating, overthinking, over embellishing, you know, those kind of things. So how can we kind of reel something in so that we can go forward? So we're going to activate both for our Libras. And the Nine of Coins. And this is in the name of stability. All right. You're shining your best light, Libras. So if that feels uncomfortable, it probably doesn't. It probably feels really natural. It's probably already your natural state. And so being the observer instead of the feeler of feelings is going to help you just navigate the weekend a little bit. And spending some time doing both things, you know, both going forward and reeling something in. Hopefully that helps. Oh, whoa, a bunch of comments just came in. Bobby likes the Cancer reading. Carrie Carlson, hi. Oh, Fridays are awesome because of you too, guys. Tracy likes the Gemini reading. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Shelton. Thank you. Oh, you guys. Sarah likes the Virgo reading. She says it's accurate for her plans for the weekend. Awesome. You can now check off your Virgo box and proceed, right? All right, so after Libra comes Scorpio. Let's check in with our Scorpio energy. What do our Scorpios need to hear for the weekend? Some practical advice that can offer them a little bit of cosmic assistance. Right? Okay. Okay. Scorpio, clear for Scorpio. Okay, so why do I shuffle the cards the way I do? Somebody taught me, my best friend and I used to have a jelly making company, and the woman who we used to rent our commercial kitchen from would teach us to stir. So we would have a number in our head to stir, and that would indicate completion. And so I do that with my cards too. It's like I'm stirring jelly over here. There's something alchemical going on. It's not a recipe you can follow. You know, you got to make your own jelly, right? You've got to make your own tarot recipes. But for Scorpio, here's what came out with my little mojo that I've got going on in here. So we've got the High Priestess card. This is alone time with God. This is finding your higher power. This is connecting to the divine feminine side. All right, so that's one thing. This is that you do get your wish. So connecting with your destiny path, finding what your destiny path is, and then everything else falls into place. So sometimes we can get into people-pleasing behavior. Anne Lamott says that helping is just the sunny side of control, right? So we're not trying to help anybody else. We're just trying to focus, like, what is my destiny path here? A lot of you Scorpios may be feeling conflicted, right? Two of Coins. You just kind of made a big financial decision. Maybe it came at the cost of something else. I know I did. And so it's like, okay, so let's roll with it, you know? Let's roll with what we got. Hopefully that helps some Scorpios out there. Yes, stirring jelly. Okay, and after Scorpio is who? Sagittarius. So let's clear for Sag. Let's see what our Sagittarius friends need. Guys, hi Hope. Hope is one of my favorite authors. She has a second book coming out. Her first book was last year, and her second book is called Counting Hope. And it's a memoir, but it's actually very good for everybody that's trying to make small steps to change their life circumstances. So astrology aside, if you want to check out Hopi.net, my friend Hope has some cool article that just came out this morning on small steps on her blog. So there's a little bump for you, Hopi, if you're watching still. Clearing for Sagittarius. Clearing for Sag. What do our Sages need to hear? And if you guys missed my first little bit of astrology, you can catch everything at wiseskiesadvice.com on the forecast or the podcast. Okay. Okay, Sag. Lots of ups and downs. You know, this is the broken heart card. This is something that you're just torn up about. This is something that is just kind of paining you, and that you're waiting on, and that you're just kind of waiting on the harvest to come, and it just doesn't feel very good. Even the Sun card is upside down today. It's like you're just kind of feeling out of sorts, out of place, not really sure where to shine your light is how I would interpret that. You're ready to do something new. You're ready to do something different. And as soon as you do, it's like the world falls into place for you. So listening to this message of action. So this is something that you need to do with your physical action, not with words, not with thoughts, but with your action, and you get the whole world in your hands. So similar to the Scorpio reading where you just align with your destiny path. Sag, you know, you're going to align with right action, you know, and then things are going to start to fall into place. So my heart goes out to you guys if anybody's super sad. So, Tanya rewound to Aries and said it was spot on. You're so welcome. Glad you're here. You're welcome, Tina. All right, and clearing for Pisces. Let's clear for Pisces and see what strong advice we have for our Pisces friends. Our sweet, compassionate, alchemical Pisces friends. What do they need to hear for their weekend advice? Thank you, Maureen. Clearing for Pisces. Okay. Weird. I might want to shuffle again. So this is the exact same thing as the Sag reading. So maybe some of the... oh my gosh, I skipped a Pisces. Why did I do that, guys? Okay, well, cool. You get your Pisces reading out of order. But that's a little bizarre that we got the same thing for Pisces as Sag, and I just kind of skipped ahead. My apologies to the Capricorns and Aquarius. But it looks like, you know, going through a bit of a broken heart about something. You're just kind of tired of waiting on the harvest, and you're just ready to go ahead and step forward a new action to recreate your world here. Here's a Page of Cups. So continuing to do what's most loving for you, continuing to make decisions that give you the most amount of freedom and liberation, not something that feels heavy and responsible and dark and dense and weighs you down, picking something that frees you up. That's kind of the name of the game for the Pisces reading. And now I'll go backwards and do Capricorn. I'm so sorry. I did forget Capricorn, Tracy. I apologize. So backing up for Capricorn. Y'all, I have been a hot mess over here. I left the sprinkler on last night. My sweet neighbor turned it off for us. I burned my toast this morning, and I just skipped Capricorn and Aquarius. Send me some get your shit together vibes. All right. Clearing for Capricorn. Nine of Cups, you get your wish too. The Empress, also a 9, and then the Two of Cups. So Capricorn, you know, this is juicy. This is good. This is sexy. This is lovey, dovey. You know, so if anybody's planning a family, planning a marriage, planning a wedding, planning a reunion, planning to be reunited, planning to just say yes to love in your life. You know, these are the cards that you want to get if you're looking for love. If you're not looking for love, if you're happily in love, then, you know, knowing, that this Nine of Cups card is that you get your wish, and to be very, very careful what you wish for. All right, this is a summer where I said it was going to be a cruel, cruel summer because of this Venus retrograde in Gemini. People are dancing in and out. They're changing their minds. They're feeling things differently. And you just want to give everybody the space to do that, including yourself. So it looks good. You think this is what you want? Just write it out until August to make sure that this wish is what you want. Okay? All right, and then clearing now for Aquarius. Thank you, Miss Holloway, for confirming the Taurus reading. Sorry, Laura, yes. Hope you got the Cap reading. And clearing for Aquarius is the last one in the boat here today. Clearing for Aquarius. Okay. Why? Y'all saw me shuffle, right? Similar energy. This one is just a yes, though. Whereas I was telling Capricorns, like, wait till August, let it go slow, you might change your mind. This is a yes, go forward. Something's been in incubation, something feels really good in your partnerships, this is both in love and money, and how you are in money is how you are in love, right? This is a lesson from last week, from the last couple of weeks too. It goes for everybody, but specifically we're talking to Aquarius right now. So if you need to clean up your finances in order to clean up your relationships, this is a great time to do it. These are all very positive cards, Aquarius. So if anybody's having a poopy schmoopy time, I just want you to take a nap and wake up refreshed, drink some water, clear your head, do your meditation, because these are positive. And we want to be clear to receive the positive vibes that are coming your way. All right. And then for a little ending, for a little finale here, let's look at the Ascended Master cards and see who would be a good ascended master for us to lean into the weekend, all of us. Our fun little Wise Skies tribe here. If anybody's not on the newsletter, I really want to encourage you to do that because there's some cool stuff coming up. If you're brand new to astrology, I've got an Astrology 101 webinar where I'm discussing the planets and the signs and the houses. And I would love to have you in the webinar for that. It's just $20. It'll be about an hour and a half. And I think that's all the cleanup duty I have. So let's see this. Ascended Master. Okay. Positive change. Parvati. Who doesn't love Parvati, right? Okay, so positive change. Let's go ahead and look it up so I'm not making it up. It says that your likes and dislikes have changed, right? Very Venus retrograde. You've outgrown situations that once appealed to you, probably most of us. These are positive developments signaling your spiritual growth. So that reminds me that life is happening for me, not to me, right? Some of these situations are blessings in disguise. They're pushing you to make necessary and positive changes. You might feel pushed beyond your comfort zone. I know I have been. There might be multiple areas of your life that are shifting and flexing, and the universe is always standing ready to support you, whatever you ask for. So let go and enjoy the ride because it truly is for the best. Additional meanings for Parvati is that we can let go of procrastination and perfectionism, that we can break our major goals into baby steps, which is what I was saying Hope's article is about. And since Parvati is the goddess of mountains, this could be a message to retreat or move into the mountains. Revamping your schedule so that you can devote regular time to your priorities, and being assertive and saying no to anything that diverts you from your path. So being open to positive change. I am so glad we did that. Okay, guys. Well, I appreciate any virtual tips you want to throw me into Venmo. It's Tiffany-Harelik, and I also accept PayPal if you prefer. And thank you. If you're not able to make a donation, please pay it forward to somebody today with your time, with your love, with your energy, with your metta. And until next time, we'll see you back here for Free Tarot Fridays at noon Central. And namaste.